The chemistry with the avoidant was out of this world. It was euphoric. You have butterflies. You were at the edge of your seat. You felt like you were on cloud nine. That chemistry was likely anxiety in disguise. Now, feelings and emotions are two entirely different things, and this is where the human brain gets confused. Emotions are our thoughts. Feelings are the bodily sensations that coincide with an emotional trigger. Even though we use the words interchangeably, feelings and emotions are not the same thing. Now, the feeling of anxiety, rapid heartbeat, jittery, sweaty palms, just so happens to be very similar to the feeling of excitement. Early on in dating, it's high stakes, meaning there's a lot on the line, and your subconscious, your unconscious mind is on high alert. It's like a big library, a big database of every human interaction you've ever had. It remembers things you don't consciously remember, and it's picking up on little tiny cues and clues: the way they speak, the tone of their voice, their inflection, the words they're using, their body language, their eye contact, all of it. And your subconscious is cross referencing it to your entire past. And it will quickly pick up that this person is emotionally unsafe or emotionally unavailable. And it will give you anxiety. Now, your conscious mind misinterprets that anxiety for excitement because the feeling is similar. So you think it's chemistry. You think it is a connection when in reality, it is your unconscious mind screaming at you to stay away from this person. Now, especially if you have a history of dating emotionally unavailable people, whether they're dismissive avoidants, narcissists, or anything of the sort, you often get that euphoric high dating this person early on. Not always, but it's very, very common. But every time you get into a relationship or start dating somebody who is emotionally healthy, emotionally available, you might get that boring feeling because your subconscious is recognizing that this person is emotionally safe, that they are emotionally available, and it doesn't give you anxiety. But the conscious mind misinterprets that lack of anxiety for a lack of chemistry. So it just feels like something's off, and you push that person away. And then you chase the next euphoric high, which unfortunately leads you to exactly what you don't want: another emotionally unavailable partner. Now, chemistry is important, healthy chemistry. You should feel excited to see this person and to spend time with them. But that sitting at the edge of your seat, butterflies, is often anxiety, especially if you have a history of any kind of anxious or fearful avoidant attachment. If you have a history of dating emotionally unavailable partners, that chemistry that you're seeking is often anxiety and you're just not recognizing it. So, what do? Well, you lean into the discomfort. If you are dating somebody who is, for all intents and purposes, attractive, they can have a conversation, they have a life and interests, then lean into it, get to know them. Healthy chemistry will likely build up over time. Now, if they're a professional couch potato, they probably are boring. But if they're not a professional couch potato and they do actually objectively seem like an interesting person and they are physically attractive and they can have a conversation, get to know them, lean into it. Take the pressure off yourself and just spend time with them because you might form something special. Because the real bond and connection that you have with a healthy partner will far surpass anything you could ever have on that toxic roller coaster ride of intermittent reinforcement with an emotionally unavailable partner. If you want different results, you got to do something different. So stop chasing that euphoric high if that's what you've been doing, because that euphoric high will lead to brutal lows.